Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Eric, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the Bioshock Hub. As most of you know, I enjoy keeping you guys up to date with news and rumors about Bioshock Parkside, and hopefully those rumors do end up coming true in the future. Whether that's next year, whether that's 2020, I don't know. But hopefully there's a new Bioshock in development. And with the rumors and with the old developers going back to 2K that have previously worked on Bioshock games, it does look like the future is bright, so there's hope there. Keep in mind, Bioshock Parkside will be a very, very anticipated game. We haven't had a Bioshock in 5 years, so if 2K actually announces the fact that they're coming out with the new Bioshock, I guarantee you the hype will be real. Old fans will come back, there'll be new fans, and you guys will see the best videos possible on this channel. I will promise you that. Anyways, enough rambling, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. So, what does Bioshock Parkside need? Well, you're in luck today because I'm going to list my top 10 things that Bioshock Parkside needs to do in order to satisfy us, the Bioshock community. If you guys would like to chime in down in the comment section below, feel free to do so. Let me know your top 10, top 5, whatever it may be. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. And one last thing, if you're new here and enjoy the content or want to go view any of the videos on my channel to kind of get a gauge of the videos that I upload, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you guys won't miss a video or a live stream when I do indeed go live. So without further ado, let's get into number 10. In at my number 10 slot is something that was actually relatively common in Bioshock 1 and Bioshock 2, and then they just completely abandoned it in Bioshock Infinite. That being the weapon wheel. Now for Infinite, they did that for the Vigors. They actually gave the Vigor wheel a chance, and it was kind of frustrating because you could only hold 2 weapons at a time, so you had to really pick your loadout wisely. If you needed something long range, and let's say you only had a pistol and a hand cannon, you wouldn't be very well off. If you were in close quarters engagements and had something like a sniper or an RPG, again, you would not be very well off. What the weapon wheel would do, and what it did in Bioshock 1 and 2, would be to allow you to select the weapon that would best fit that situation. So instead of having just 2 weapons to choose from, you have a whole inventory of weapons to cycle from. If you put the weapon wheel back into Bioshock Parkside, I guarantee you will make a lot of players happy, and the stress will go down of having to choose 2 different weapons, if that makes sense. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. So guys, in at my number 9 slot is some sort of Gatherer's Garden machine. In Infinite, we had the dollar bill machines and the other vending machines as well, but I felt like the Vigors really didn't need an upgrade. The base Vigor itself was essentially all that it did. In Bioshock 1 and 2, you could actually feel a difference when you started upgrading with more and more Atom every time you went to the Gatherer's Garden machine. And also, you were able to buy gene tonics as well. So, if you were to incorporate the Gatherer's Garden machine or something to that effect, I think that would work out very well in terms of gameplay wise. Because you get to go up to this machine, you get to select what you want, and you get to purchase what you want, rather than just get something kind of randomly along the, I guess, path of the story, if that makes sense. Alright guys, so even though this is my number 8 slot, I feel that it's one of the more important ones. That being to incorporate some memorable characters. In Bioshock 1, you had Sander Cohen, you had Andrew Ryan, Frank Fontaine, etc. In Bioshock 2, you had Subject Delta, Eleanor Lamb, Sinclair, etc. In Infinite, you had Booker DeWitt, Elizabeth, Daisy Fitzroy, Jeremiah Fink, etc. So the more memorable characters you incorporate into your game, the more it's going to resonate with your audience. And if they get attached to characters in that game, I guarantee you, and I know this from experience, that they're going to play the ever-living hell out of that game. I've done it with the Bioshock franchise, I've done it with The Last of Us, I've done it with the Uncharted series. Trust me, if you resonate with a character and you can actually attach yourself to that memorable character, you will play the game continuously. So, bring some memorable characters, add some new ones, bring back some old ones. I don't care. As long as they're memorable, that is completely 100% A-okay in my book. Coming in at my number 7 slot is the Vigors and the Plasmids. Bring back some fan favorites as well as make some unique ones that we've never seen before. Also, bring back the little kind of vignettes every time you get a Plasmid or a Vigor. I really enjoy those. I don't know what it is about that old time sort of film feel, but for me personally, I really enjoy it. Now, if you bring things like Insect Swarm, Murder of Crows, all of that from like Bioshock, Bioshock 2, and Infinite, and incorporate that into Parkside along with some new Plasmids, I think that would be absolutely badass to see how many combinations you can actually come up with. I want kind of like a whole list of Plasmids, at least 12 to be honest, because I want sort of, I guess, a replayability factor. I want to be able to, let's say, go wrench only and have some sort of invisibility plasmid, kind of like Peeping Tom in Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea, or something to that effect. I think that would be really cool to be able to sneak up on an enemy, invisible, and just hit them over the head. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Now this next one is gonna be a little biased because I absolutely love how they did this within Bioshock 2. A lot of people seem to enjoy the Bioshock 1 aspect of it, but me personally, I really enjoyed the Bioshock 2 aspect, and that is to bring back the Bioshock 2 hacking system. It's so easy, it's so simple, and it's straight to the point. If you mess up, that's completely your fault. With Bioshock 1's, you had to rely on RNG to not give you one of the detonation squares. With Bioshock 2, it was your reaction time being able to stop the pin on the needle at the correct time. So that's why I personally enjoyed it. It really tests your reaction time. In Bioshock 1, however, it was RNG mixed with reaction time mixed with a time limit. So, I don't know. Me personally, I just really enjoy the Bioshock 2 hacking system. I know there's a lot of indecisive people out there who some will go with Bioshock 1, some will go with Bioshock 2, and it starts this whole argument, and that's not what I'm trying to do here. This is just my personal preference. I love the Bioshock 2 hacking system. It's very quick to do. Let's say you need to get, I don't know, a turret or a turret that'll follow you or a security camera. All you have to do is walk up to it, tap square, or I believe X on Xbox, and then just do the needle 2 or 3 times. That's it. You don't have to do this kind of sort of tedious tile puzzle, if that makes sense. So, Bioshock 2 hacking is perfect. Bring that shit back. I would love to see that in the next game, or Parkside, whatever you guys want to refer to it as. For my number 5 slot, it kind of goes hand in hand with the old and new Plasmids. So, for number 5, I want to see some old and new enemies. I want to see splicers, I want to see different types of splicers, maybe even animals that have been spliced up. How cool would that be? Can you imagine a spliced up gorilla and having to try to attack that or take that down and get the atom from it? You think a Big Daddy was tough. Imagine a spliced up gorilla or a spliced up bear or something like that. Just add some new unique enemies as well to spice up the game. Obviously, we've had splicers, we've had just regular people with Infinite. Do something different. If you are going to make a new game, if you're going to make it within a new setting or have a new story or new characters or anything like that, make the enemies new as well. Don't play it safe. If you're going to make a brand new game that people are expecting, and since we haven't had a Bioshock in 5 years, you need to go all out, 2K. You really need to go all out and make sure this game is damn near perfect. So add new enemies and unique enemies for that matter, along with some old ones just to bring the nostalgia factor back. So let me know what you guys think. So for number 4, I'll admit it's a little bit more of a personal choice that I had, and I think a lot of you guys will agree with it as well. And that is to bring some badass weapons and mix in some old ones as well. In my opinion, from Bioshock 2 Minerva's Den, the ion laser should have been in the main game. Imagine having a laser gun throughout the entire game, or let's say you have a harpoon gun or a cannonball gun or something like that. Just a unique badass weapon that nobody even thought of. You put that in your game, you mix it with your typical pistol, shotgun, submachine gun, whatever it may be. Just add some unique weapons, even if you have to do like side quests to find them, or you just randomly come across it. I think that'd be really cool, and that would actually add a whole unique dynamic to the Bioshock franchise itself. Don't make it a microtransaction because that would be absolute BS. Make it an in-game reward. Make it to where you have to make your players earn it by playing, searching around, finding parts, maybe even creating it in something like a U-invent machine. I think that would be the way to go in a situation like that. So just add some more badass guns and mix in some of the fan favorites as well, and you'll be a-okay. Now, in at my number 3 slot is something that I really wanted to come back in Infinite, and unfortunately it didn't. But that is to bring back the gene bank as well as tonics in general. I miss using things like natural camouflage, armored shell, drill lurker or wrench lurker, sports boost, etc. You guys know the rest. And the reasoning behind that is because I got to spec out my character to accommodate for the playthrough that I was doing. Let's take my wrench only playthrough for example. The tonics that I would use and the plasmids that I would use all were based on doing damage with the wrench or regaining health or Eve by hitting them with the wrench. I spec'd out Jack in order to be able to use all of these different tonics, and they would benefit me. I feel if you were to incorporate that as well, that would help out a ton of people within Parkside. And again, with the replayability factor, that would just go through the roof because there would be so many different ways that you can actually play through this game again and again and again. So guys, now we're at the 2 most important things that Parkside needs. And I think these 2, like I said, they're the most important and they're the most truthful. So for number 2, Parkside absolutely needs to have a story that we the player can heavily get invested and immersed in. I can't remember ever playing Bioshock and not enjoying the story. That's the beauty about the whole series. Every game has a great story in my personal opinion. If Parkside wants to succeed as a single player game, this needs to happen. It needs to have a memorable story. And I'm not sure what they could do, what route they can go, but whatever it is that they decide to do, they absolutely need to nail the story. If they don't, I have a really bad feeling that it's going to tarnish the actual series itself, kind of like Metal Gear Survive did to the Metal Gear series as well. I don't want that. I want Bioshock to be known for its great gameplay, its great storytelling, its great settings, its great plot. You know what I mean? I don't want this game, if it ever comes out or when it does come out, to end up flopping. That would just break my heart personally, and it would probably break the heart of thousands, if not maybe even millions of Bioshock fans out there. And then at the number 1 slot kind of goes hand in hand with what I was just saying. Along with the story, Parkside absolutely needs to have a setting that we're going to remember. Whether it's taking place back in Rapture or Columbia, or potentially even a whole new other setting, 2K needs to make it memorable. Again, going back to the replayability, the nostalgia, or just the resonation with the player. The setting is key for this. The setting is key for making the player immersed in the world that you want them playing your game in, if that makes sense. The better the world is and the better the story, the better the setting is, the better the game. So, 2K, if this happens to get to you and you are indeed working on a new Bioshock, please take into consideration the list that I'm providing for you, as well as the comments that are in my comment section. A lot of us, as you know, Bioshock fans, know what we want as a game. We don't want anything less than basically like the highest standards possible. It's been 5 years since we have had a Bioshock game. It's been 5 years, keep that in mind. And we've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and we've been having rumor after rumor after rumor. I don't want Parkside to be another rumor. I want this to be another Bioshock. So please, 2K, from one of the biggest Bioshock fans out there to you, and as well as everybody that's in my community here on the channel, please make Parkside happen. Thank you. So guys, as I said earlier in the video, let me know what you guys want to come back or what you guys want for Bioshock Parkside down in the comment section below. Also, if you're new here and enjoy the content and want to see more, would you kindly subscribe, share the videos with some family and friends, and turn on notifications. That way, every time I post a video, you get updated, or when I go live stream, you'll get a notification. If you enjoyed the video and want to help get the video out there, would you kindly drop a like? If not, you can drop a dislike. Just tell me what I can do to make the video better for you. Other than that, if you want to follow me on Twitter or join my Discord server, both links are down in the description below. And if you want to check out my most recent videos, they'll be popping up on the screen right about now. Hopefully you guys will enjoy them. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Take care.